Mom, it's fine. Just give it to me, just give it to me. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeff, the founder of Worldwide Cyclery, and once again, we have another top products of the month of October for you. Best stuff out there. Let's talk about them. One of the most popular things we sell, because it's just a really good, cheap way to upgrade the brakes on your bike, is brake adapters. And obviously rotors kind of go hand in hand with that, because if you get a different adapter, you need a different rotor. But something a lot of people do, a lot of times bikes come with fairly small rotors, maybe 160s, and upgrading to a 180 rotor gives you a lot more braking power, makes your brakes feel a lot more awesome. And it's cheap, right? You can get a rotor for fairly cheap, and then you can get an adapter for like 14 or 22 bucks. And it's just a good way to make your brakes have a lot more power without getting an entirely new brake set. So some of the most popular ones we sell for each brand out there, SRAM and Shimano. The SRAM one is a 20 millimeter mount. It's a post mount. So this mount, SRAM does all their rotors in 20 mil increments. So if you have a 160 and you want to go to 180, this adapter works. If you have a 180 and you want to go to a 200, this adapter works. It's a lot more cross compatible. This wasn't always like this. SRAM changed to these 20 mil increment things so they could kind of reduce the complexity around all of this, I think about 5 years ago or so. But this is an awesome brake adapter. So again, it works in a lot of different scenarios, but if you want to up your rotor 20 millimeters, this is the adapter you need for post mount. That's the popular SRAM one. The popular Shimano one, so this is the 180 to 203. Shimano makes a 160, 180, and a 203, so there's a little bit more complexity there. I'm not sure why they didn't sort of follow SRAM and go to this 20 millimeter increment thing across the board, but nonetheless they didn't, so this is one of the more common ones we sell. So if you have a 180 on your bike right now, rotor size it is, and you want to go to a 203, this is the Shimano adapter you need if you have Shimano brakes. We could make an entire video, probably an hour long, all about the complexity of brake adapters. If you need help figuring out which one fits your bike and your brakes, feel free to get in touch, call or email us. We help people out with that stuff all the time. But a new adapter and a new rotor that's larger than your current one can really add a lot of power to your brakes, which is an awesome upgrade, especially coming into winter time when you might be riding with some, muddier and wetter brakes than you would be in the summer. Super popular brake adapters. Check them out in the link below, as well as with all these products. If you ever work on your bike at all in your garage or anywhere on the planet, you should probably be using a torque wrench. So a lot of stuff these days are very fragile, just bolts and everything, especially if you're doing like a stem on a carbon handlebar, and things do need to be torqued to the correct amount. That's specified so you don't over tighten things and break things, or under tighten things and have stuff loose. Park Tool makes an amazing adjustable torque driver. This is the ATD-1.2. These are 67 bucks, free shipping. It's the most popular torque wrench that we sell. Why this thing is cool is because it's cheap, it's compact, it's simple, and it has adjustability to it. So you can adjust this between 4 and 6 Newton meters in 0.5 increments, and it comes with 3, 4, 5, and T25 bits. Those are all magnetically inserted there, and they are hidden right here in the handle, which is an awesome little feature. And the way you adjust the amount of torque applied is right there. That torque is for clockwise specifically, and good little awesome tool. Super necessary thing to have if you have a high-end mountain bike, or even a low-end mountain bike. You should be torquing your bolts properly. We recently did a collaboration with Backcountry Research Straps and made our own custom designed WC logo branded Motherload 1.5 inch strap with those guys. We love their straps. That's why we kind of reached out and said, hey, we want to do a custom one with our logo on it. And it came out awesome. We put a little topographic map, little lines on there, and our globe logo. These things are 20 bucks, free shipping. If you don't already have one of these, definitely look into it. They have grown in popularity like crazy. Backcountry Research kind of leading the way. I think they may have invented this whole style. A lot of people just used electrical tape before these guys made a really fancy, good strap. These are the best ones in my opinion. They have good rubberized grippy stuff on the inside. They have these two little elastic things that hold everything together. One of the coolest things about that is not only is it strong, durable, ultra lightweight, it has super good Velcro, so it just does not ever fall off your bike. The other thing too, is you can take it on and off your bike with all the stuff in there. Because of the design, you don't have to take everything out. So if you take this thing off while you wash your bike, or if you're switching it from bike to bike, that's just a really nice, handy feature. This one I just stole off of Big Al's bike. You can see Big Al here. You can stuff a lot of things into these. So obviously the idea is to put a tube in there, maybe a tire lever, a CO2, you can put a multi-tool in there, a CO2 little head, you can put some bacon strips in there. You can pack a lot of stuff into this and then just wrap it on your frame, and you have basically everything you need other than, I don't know, a water bottle, and you can go out on a ride and have your spare stuff in case you get a flat tire or need to adjust something on your bike. So awesome design. A lot of people are loving these things because they can put all their tools here and they don't have to worry about wearing a hydration pack. We actually once made a video about hydration pack versus a frame strap. The debate's still out on that. I think it kind of depends. On short rides, this is a really convenient way to go. On super long rides when you might want a whole bunch of additional stuff, obviously a hydration pack is going to be nice. But we're stoked on the new Worldwide Cyclery branded Backcountry Research Motherload strap. Check them out, $20 free shipping. My brain is a piece of shit today. Well, since we are coming into the fall riding season, the daylight is dwindling on us and a lot more people are doing night rides, everyone here included. So a lot more lights are going off the shelf these days, and last year we did a top night riding lights, and a lot of them are really the same for this year, but we are coming out with another one of those videos shortly. To highlight a couple of them right away, these are the ones that we recommend the most and the ones I personally love, and I think probably most of the guys in the shop here love as well. These are both NiteRider. You have the LUMINA Micro 850 for 65 bucks and the LUMINA 1200 Boost for 100 bucks. So you can see what they look like right here. The Micro 850 is a super small light. It'll last you an hour and a half, and it's very lightweight and compact, battery all included, rechargeable of course. This thing paired with a helmet mount is a killer light for your helmet. I love the setup of having this on your helmet and this on your handlebar, or even like one here and one on your handlebar. So basically 130 bucks if you get two of these can get you a really good bright setup to get out there and ride at nighttime. We love NiteRider. They have awesome products, good warranty support, but we don't really ever warranty anything, so we don't experience it too often because these things are bulletproof. They definitely will last you more than a handful of seasons, although the batteries are non-replaceable. Still super good, robust lights that work really well. Again, LUMINA Micro 850, only 65 bucks if you get a couple of these, or even if you just get one, if you want to like dabble in the night riding scene, get one, get a helmet strap for 14 bucks. Throw that thing on your helmet and go out for a night ride. It's a lot of fun. Our top selling bar of the month has been the OneUp Components Carbon Bar. We did a whole in-depth video review of these things because they actually have some really cool features packed into them. OneUp Components is always doing exactly what their name implies and one-upping everyone else. They came to the market with a carbon bar that's not only extremely competitively priced at 138 bucks, but it has a very unique feature that no one has really addressed prior to them, and that's this idea of having a 35 mil clamp diameter and having vertical compliance but lateral stiffness. I don't want to dive too deep into details. I definitely recommend checking out that other video if you're interested, but if you've ever had any type of upper body fatigue, hand fatigue, arm fatigue, these bars were designed around that. It was to have a little bit more sort of flex, compliance as they call it, while you're actually on the bike, plowing through braking bumps and rocks and things like that, but still retain stiffness when you're steering, right? That sort of lateral motion. Really interesting idea. When we put these things to the test and compared them to a bunch of other bars, I came into the making of that video thinking, oh, this is gonna be so tough. I don't think I'm gonna notice a difference. It's gonna be placebo effect. I'm gonna be having to like try and nitpick it, but it wasn't. It was like a legitimate noticeable difference. It's something I'd never done before, where I rode the exact same bike for a long time with a set of bars and then just swapped out bar after bar after bar on the same exact section of trail. So it was a really fun video to make, but it was also extremely eye-opening of like how different handlebars can make your entire bike feel, just given the amount of flex or not flex that they have. So yeah, this has been our top selling bar. They come in a 20 or 35 mil rise now, 800 mil width. You can obviously trim that down if you like. Again, 138 bucks. These things are absolutely incredible. Check out that video. Last but not least are a couple SRAM brake bleed kits. SRAM has a couple versions, the Pro for 91 bucks and the Standard for 61 bucks. If you ever bleed your own SRAM brakes or your buddy's brakes, these are extremely useful to have, and they include absolutely everything you're gonna need. If you do this often and you're, your buddy and all your buddies bring their bikes to you and you're the guy who bleeds them, go with Pro. It's got nicer syringes. It comes with some more basically caliper spacers and other additional little fitment things that kind of cover more of like the whole SRAM range of brakes. And it's just made for like more common use. It's gonna last you longer, just be a more high quality thing, especially how the syringes are designed. If you bleed your brakes every now and then, pretty occasionally, save the 30 bucks and get the standard bleed kit. Not as fancy of syringes, not as many of the different pieces, but still covers everything under the sun in terms of SRAM brakes, except for like the super old stuff. But both of these do include the new quarter turn bleeding edge caliper as well. So that's a nice feature of these. 91, 61 bucks, super nice little SRAM bleed kits. Not much more to say about them. Let us know what you think of all the top products for this month. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys in the next one.